Yo, Big Jock, Concrete Chronicles podcast, man. I wanted to jump on real quick, right? Because a question I'm most asked frequently is, Big Jock, how do the feds get jurisdiction over our case? I'm gonna explain something to you. Back on one of my posts on IG, right? I had told everybody that a good book to invest in was Black Law's Dictionary. You know they say anything you want to hide from a black man, put it in a book, because they say we don't like to read. Unfortunately, I think they very wrong because I've been away a long time and that's all we do is read. So I got this Black Laws Dictionary, right? And I want everybody who, when you listen to this, to get it so that you can look these things up that I'm gonna tell you and see that they're factual. When the feds take jurisdiction of your case, right? Let me read something to you first. We got this thing called diversity of citizenship, right? Diversity of citizenship is when it refers to cases where opposing parties involved in a lawsuit are citizens of different states or countries. If one of the parties is a corporation, they are defined as a citizen of the state where their business operates or is incorporated. Okay. If you look at your court documents, your name is always in capitalized letters, right? That's not you. That's a corporation. That's an artificial person created by law to do business. You take jurisdiction over that person when they say, will the party rise and recite your name for the court? You get up, you raise your right hand, tell them that is you. So you take jurisdiction over that vessel, right? So that's that, right? So they use this diversity of citizenship and diversity of jurisdiction. Let me read that to you too. Diversity of jurisdiction, right, is diversity of jurisdiction is one or two methods for a federal court to have federal subject matter jurisdiction over a case, the other being federal question jurisdiction, right? The requirements to have diversity of jurisdiction, there are two. Jurisdictional amount requirement, the jurisdiction amount exceeds 75,000, right? If you look at your PSI, any charge in the feds has a fine of 50,000, 100,000, 1 million and up, right? So there you go. One thing about federal court is you're being sued for committing crimes against the United States. That's the trick bag. We don't even know it because we're so used to going through criminal court, right? And we're so blind to these things that, and they've never been explained to us. We don't know what's going on, so we bamboozled all the way through, right? Now, you catch your case, and they put on that paper, let's say 922G, convicted felon in possession of a firearm. They put on that paper that charge, and under it, you have a fine for $100,000. Now they got jurisdiction over this case, right? So you stand up in court, they tell you where the defendant rise, you stand up and you say your name, which it is your name, so we don't know no better, and we go ahead and we recite the name. Now we took jurisdiction over the vessel, right? So now you're going through this court proceeding. You're being sued by the United States and you're paying for it with your life because why? Half people come through, they ain't got no 100 grand, million dollars. So you're going to pay for it day for day with your life. All right. This is how they get the jurisdiction over our case. You know what I'm saying? So now, an artificial person, when you look that up in Black Law's Dictionary, it's going to say a person created by law to do business. All capital letters. You just heard me read that it's a corporation that they get the diversity of citizenship through the corporation. And all capital letters is the corporation, and you took jurisdiction over it, right? So now you're going through this fight, this civil fight, because it's no longer criminal. That's the trick. You're fighting civil. That's why you go in criminally and you come home civilly when you're doing your little paperwork to get out of there. So so now, right? They got you in here in this trick bag, and then under that diversity of citizenship, and this is how they get jurisdiction of these cases, because they don't really. You probably got a few dudes in the hood that's getting some real paper, right? But still, in you getting some real paper, You're not even thinking about the diversity of citizenship and the diversity of jurisdiction part of it. That ain't even on your mind. All you thinking about is, I'm gonna pay this lawyer and try to beat this case like we normally do in the state. But see, the feds don't work like that. A lawyer ain't nothing. He's under the same oath as the judge to uphold the law. He just a spy. All his job is to do is get the rest of the money that they didn't get, and to get you a deal. Unless you get one of them lawyers that's a go hard gun ho dude that's against all of this, right? All of this is they got these little crews. They all went to school together. They played tennis together. They played golf together. They trading lives. You know what I'm saying? So then you got the natural person, which is who you and I are. But if you don't know this, if you haven't read, or you don't have this Black Laws Dictionary to see these definitions, and you haven't read this, you don't know what's going on in there. So you don't know that you're the natural person. So basically, I'm gonna give you some game. This is game. Before, when you catch a case and they say, will the defendant rise? Don't get out your seat. Sit there. And they gonna ask again, will the defendant rise? And that dude next to you, your lawyer, gonna say, no, they want you to stand up. And you say, they ain't talking to me. And you say, he gonna say, nah, you the defendant. Say, no, I'm the natural person. I'm hearing this matter. Right? Because this is the language. Remember I told y'all before about the language? I'm the natural person. I'm hearing this matter. The whole proceed gonna change around. This is game that we don't know. I'm giving you some real stuff right here. Right? And when you do, he gonna say, well, stand up. Tell me who you are. This is a game, right? You got to know what you're doing. So I want you to get this Black Laws Dictionary, study this stuff so that you know what you're doing. And when you stand up, you say whatever your name is. I'm the natural person. I'm hearing this matter. Okay, so then when he go through, well, you being charged, boom, boom. The next thing is, well, I'm not here to do business. Simple. Right there is free game. I'm going to give you some more of it a little later on. I just wanted to break some things down so you can get this big dictionary and see and look up these words. Artificial person, natural person, diversity of citizenship, and diversity of jurisdiction. One thing I'm going to leave you with too, it's not against the law not to talk to the police when they got you. All you have to do is tell them, I don't answer questions. Simple. And that's not against the law. They're going to have to let you take you in or do whatever they're going to do. And another thing I want to leave you with, when they pull you over, I don't care to do business. Put your name and badge number on that ticket, right? They're going to do that. And when you get it, right, accept it for value. That's what you put on that ticket. This game was given to me, and it's only right that I give it to you. And with that said, right, you can take what I say to the bank, and you get this dictionary, and you're going to see that it's real talk. With that said, do your due diligence, get the book, look up those few things that I told you, and know and understand the law that way.